Okay, so here we are, grouting the bathroom wall. So we've got a mix of grout there. What's the consistency there, mate? What are you looking at?
Toothpaste, I guess.
Toothpaste.
Really, so, yeah, it doesn't make a huge difference. You just don't want it too wet or too dry.
Yeah.
On the floor it doesn't matter as much because you know gravity holds it in place.
Yeah, yeah.
On the wall you probably want it about this consistency, where you can do
that and
you can literally just it'll stick.
Right. Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a good test. And you've got a plastic float there, mate, or a rubber float?
It's plastic with a bit of sponge under it, so the sponge squeegees it in. Some people use actual rubber squeegee, but
yep. Right.
Basically all we want to know about grouting in a bathroom is when you have internal corners like over here.
Yep.
Basically, you should really silicone them, especially in the shower, because if the walls are going to move, they're going to move separate of each other, and that'll crack. Yeah. And don't silicone on paint where it's going to get painted.
No, because the paint won't stick to the silicone.
No.
Yeah, that's right.
The grouting's pretty basic. You pretty much, unless it's a really hot day, you can take your time and I'll grout this whole bathroom first. Yep. And then I'll have enough time to go back and wash it. It still won't be overly dry.
Right, yep. And because we've got a dark colour on the wall and the floor, we'll do the white today and the dark tomorrow. Is that the day, you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do them both on the same day, they may bleed into one another. Yeah. So to squeeze it in.
Yeah, push it in and then knock it off. Yeah.
And let's do the whole wall.
It's best to go not with the joint up like that, because it leaves gaps, so you go across the joint.
Across the joint, okay.
Yep.
Excellent. And you try and get it reasonably clean, mate, or
the cleaner you can get it, the less work it is to clean it off. Yeah. So I'm not usually fast. If you, when you go to clean, you want a couple of buckets of water. The first bucket will be just to wash all the excess residue off in a circular motion. Yep. And you go through the whole bathroom, you wash it all off. Yep. And then the next one, or the next two if you're really finicky, is to just do one swipe. Flip the sponge over, do the next row. Okay. And that's just to knock all the excess residue off.
Yep. So you've really got a fairly long working time with that grout, haven't you? Like,
yeah, unless you're in direct sunlight, I pretty much will have an hour, which is plenty of time. Yep. The coloured ones are slightly different. Sometimes they go off a bit quicker because of the oxides in them. But and the coloured ones, there's a bit more of a trick with mixing. You've got to mix them really thoroughly, otherwise you'll get dark and light patches.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So as per usual, when mixing the grout, just follow the instructions on the packet.
Yeah, and you can, depending on the climate, you can always add or take out add a bit of water or add a bit of powder. Yeah. Sort of like making bread. Yeah. You just keep going until you get it the right consistency. Yeah.
And to actually clean the grout off, once it's dry, it's pretty easy, isn't it? It's like a powder.
The next day? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But if you've cleaned it off properly, washed it off properly after grouting it, it'll be easy to get off. If you sort of get a bit lazy, it can become quite hard and you actually have to scratch it off. So.
Right, okay. So it's best not to leave too much on your tile.
Yeah. And another tip is if you're laying stone, before you grout your stone, give it a pre-seal.
Why's that?
You can get you pretty much just roll it on, wipe off the excess, and that sort of gives it a quick seal so that the oxide in my grout, if that's a stone tile, and I do that, and I leave that there for 10 minutes and wipe it off, the oxide will suck in like it does on concrete.
Oh, right, okay.
And it'll fully turn your tile white, and once it's inside the tile, you can't actually get it out. So you pre-seal your tiles, and you grout, and then you do your final seal over the top just to stop mould and things from staining.
So basically a stone tile is was porous.
Very porous.
And when you say stone, what sort of stone are you talking about?
Marble and travertine and things like that.
Okay.
And slate, not so much. Slate's a bit more forgiving, but sandstone especially is very porous.
Okay.
And they cost so much that you really don't want to mess it up.
No, true. Well, that looks fantastic, mate, and I'll let you finish that off.
Yep.
Beautiful. Thanks, mate. Alrighty, that grout is about dry, and we're ready to clean off.
Yep.
So you got a wet sponge?
Yep, got a few buckets here with clean water.
Clean water, very important.
So basically it's a ringed out sponge, there's like no water coming off of it.
Yep.
And just, there isn't really a wrong way to do this. Basically you just want to get all the stuff off the face of the tile.
Yep.
And then after you've done that, you go down the joint of the tile.
Yep.
And it'll go smooth pretty quick. Unless you've left it for a ridiculous amount of time and it's started to skin over.
Okay.
It will come clean like that. That tile there is just...
That's
joint's perfect.
Yeah.
And I do have a trick for the corners. A lot of people, well, a lot of tilers seem to not be able to get the grout out of the corners.
Yep.
Just one of my wedges.
Oh yeah? Little
basically just... It's a nice sharp 90-degree angle. I literally just cut all that off. Done.
Beautiful.
Because tilers seem to have a problem with getting it out of the corners. There's always a little lump.
There is always. Kind of see that up close, mate. Let's get a bit closer. That's it.
It's just a little wedge.
Little wedge.
Little tiler's wedge.
Yeah.
Or you could use a scraper or anything really.
Yeah.
These things are just easy to hang on to.
And that'll give you a nice sharp edge. Beautiful. Good tip. So basically now we just go over the wall.
As quick or as slow as you want. You can be pretty rough. You pretty much just palm it right on the flat of your hand. You don't go like that because you will dig too much out. You just let the sponge do the work. It just rubs it all flat.
Beautiful.
And the more times you change the water on the sponge now, the easier, the cleaner the finish will be.
Okay. Excellent. So you do this once and then we'll come back a second time, or?
Yep, I basically clean the joints to exactly how I want them.
Yep.
And clean it all off the outside of the tile.
Yep.
And by the time I finish this room, I'll come back with a fresh bucket of water.
Yep.
And just one swipe down the whole, one swipe, flip the sponge over. So it is a bit slow the second time.
Yep.
But that's getting it spotless.
Yep. Excellent. Well done, mate. Get stuck into it. Let's chat more action. Come on. That's it. All right, we'll come back for the final rub down.
Yep.
Okay, mate. And now it's time for the final rub down.
Yep. So basically, if you've gotten to this point, all your joints should look exactly how you want them to look.
Yep.
And basically all you're doing, clean sponge, clean bucket of water.
Yep.
I find sometimes it's easy to go diagonally down a tile because you're not, if you draw it along here, it actually digs it out a bit. So
right, okay.
I find that you just start somewhere.
Yep.
Down, flip the sponge, next row down, wash the sponge.
Okay, beautiful. So wash her out.
Yeah, wash her out, and for this one you want the sponge actually really dry.
Really dry.
So, I mean, it can almost be completely dry.
Yep.
And you'll see on the wall, you'll know where you're up to because if you've left it long enough, it'll look a bit powdery.
Yep.
And basically once you go over it with this, it'll completely go clean.
Beautiful.
So just one wipe at a time.
Done. All right, well done, mate. Thanks for that. Job well done. Looks good.
Thank you.
So there you have it, how to grout your wall and floor tiles. Well, I hope you enjoyed and found that video useful. And as per usual, a big thumbs up is greatly appreciated. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more handy tips. Alrighty, till the next one, I'm out of here. Cheers.